Now that Cosmic Fury has been released, let's make a comparison with the other project we had earlier this year, the special episode celebrating 30 years of the franchise. If you haven't seen Cosmic Fury, be warned that from now on there will be spoilers. We got to see the special episode back in April and it was one of the best Power Rangers productions we had. Cosmic Fury was just recently released, and it was also one of the best seasons we've had in the entire history of the franchise. This means that both productions are excellent to be able to make a fair comparison as they have many similarities, and the differences are few. You must remember that we are not doing this to create a competition between both productions. Let's remember that both projects were created by the same people, and we just want to see which project was better for pure entertainment. Let's start talking about the similarities that each project has, and the first thing we have already mentioned, both projects were created by the same people. We can also mention that each project is related to the celebration of the 30 years of history of the franchise, since the special episode is to celebrate the anniversary and Cosmic Fury is to end Power Rangers. Another thing that is very similar is that Billy, the Blue Ranger from Mighty Morphin, is an important character in both productions and is a key member of both teams. We should also mention that the main villains of each project are the same villains that Mighty Morphin had, but now they were only separated, one for each project, and both got together at the end of Cosmic Fury. Now let's mention some differences that are very evident and that are possibly the most difficult things to make a fair comparison. The first thing we can mention is the length of each project, as the special episode is only 50 minutes long, basically the same as 2 regular Power Rangers episodes. However, Cosmic Fury is a full season with 10 episodes of 25 minutes each, which is a total of 4 hours or so. Basically, Cosmic Fury is 4 times the length of the special episode, which gives it a distinct advantage in being able to tell a more complete story, and this is part of an unfair comparison in this regard. One advantage the special episode had is that it is created with a lot of nostalgia, and this touches the heart of any fan. Cosmic Fury uses a bit of nostalgia by adding some Rangers from the past and also some old Megazords, but still, this is not enough nostalgia to be equal to the special episode. Another advantage Cosmic Fury has is that it is the current series, and many fans were looking forward to this season. However, the special episode comes from a very old series, and many fans of this series are no longer interested in watching Power Rangers. Despite this, being an old series could also be an advantage if we look at it from another perspective, as many fans who are now adults started watching the special episode, but also current fans of the franchise joined in. For now, we don't know which of these 2 projects has been more successful, since Cosmic Fury was just recently released and we don't know the result of its numbers. In the special episode we could see that it had excellent numbers, and it also positioned very well on the Netflix platform. At least we can say that Cosmic Fury has been highly anticipated by many fans, and since it has the advantage of being the last season of the Power Rangers story, then many fans are going to want to watch it just for that detail. Let's talk about the good and bad things about each of these projects to conclude which one could have been better. Let's start with the most recent one. Cosmic Fury had a lot of positives and very few negatives. The best thing it had is that here we could see Zordon, and even though we were seeing Zyto's body, it was still excellent to know that it was him. Another very good thing was the transformation of Lord Zed, and we had previously mentioned that they should have done this a long time ago. The transformation of a monster to show him with more power and with another appearance is one of the best things a series can have in a fantasy world. Introducing the transformed Dark Ranger was another positive thing that this series had, since we had never been able to see this Ranger in his costume. We also got to see Zaido as a Morphin master, which shows us the evolution of a ranger in a way we had never seen before. We must also say that Cosmic Fury had the challenge of making a complete season without relying on the Japanese series and was able to prove that they did not need that series since they did an excellent job. The weapons and costumes of Cosmic Fury were a very impressive part, including the moment when they put all the weapons together. Among the negative things that the series may have had is that the Zords were not impressive. Basically, there were too many of them and the Rangers didn't have a specific Zord. We can also mention that one of the villains has been one of the worst villains in the history of Power Rangers due to her terrible dumb teenager personality. These are the positive and negative points of Cosmic Fury, so now let's talk about the special episode. In the 30th anniversary celebration, we were able to see the return of the most famous team of the whole franchise, and we felt again that excitement when we were kids, something that is very difficult to feel with any current series. This emotion obviously goes hand in hand with nostalgia, and that is why Cosmic Fury was not going to make us feel that. Another positive thing we had was being able to pay tribute to those actors who had passed away, which led to a very emotional moment that we will never forget. The special effects on both projects were very good, but because we had never been able to see the Mighty Morphin team with good modern special effects before, we were much more excited about the special episode. The story of the special episode had a stronger impact as it was all about emotions, love, and touching the hearts of the fans. Remember that we had the story of a daughter who lost her mother and at the same time was able to be worthy of receiving the power of the grid. We also got to see the development of these old characters, how they had matured, and how much they had changed over the years. The return of Zordon in the special episode was also very impactful as it was the beginning of the first attempt to see this character again, and even though we didn't get to see him, he was also present throughout the episode. A great advantage that the special episode had is that it was directed for an adult audience, so we were able to see the Rangers in another way, and this changed our perspective of seeing our heroes. The negative things that the special episode had is that the animation of the Megazord was not very good, and because that battle was very important, this detracted some points from the episode. Another negative thing is that we didn't get to see all the original actors, and no matter what reason each of them had, it's still a negative thing that the project had. The last negative thing I will mention is that the character of Rita Repulsa was something very original, but having the robot face was not good for the character. One of the best things about Rita are her facial expressions, and with a robot face this was impossible. In conclusion, both projects are impressive. They are not perfect, but they have accomplished the mission of giving us a show to celebrate these 30 years of the franchise. We would have liked to see a lot of Rangers in each project, and I think this was the biggest flaw each one had. It's very difficult to choose the best one, but I think Cosmic Fury was more balanced as it gave us everything a Power Rangers project needs. Write in the comments which one is better for you, like this video and subscribe for more Power Rangers comparisons.